look at the Game 6 of the 2014 Greendale Panther football season. Tonight it's homecoming for Greendale as they will host the Wauwatosa West Trojans. Tosa comes in tonight 3-2 and has the conference's leading rusher in Demarius Purifoy. He is a big playmaker that you have to address. Greendale comes in at 5-0 and they have a slew of playmakers that you also have to address. This could end up being a track meet before the night is over. Wauwatosa West would be kicking first to start the game. After a nice little return, Greendale would start their opening drive of the night from their 41. They failed to move the sticks and they were forced to punt from their 42, going 3-out. After a monster punt by Angel Ramirez, Tosa would now start from their 7. It was now time to see if the Panthers could stop the conference's leading rusher in Demarius Purifoy, who is fast, shifty, and strong. He did get loose on one play, but Greendale was then able to slam the door 6 plays later, forcing the Trojans to punt from the Panther 45. After a short kick, Greendale would take over from their 30. 3 plays later, Panther quarterback Josh Ringelberg dropped back the pass, only to discover that everybody was covered, so he was forced to take off running. Next thing you knew, he started doing a zigging and zagging all over the field, eventually crossing the goal line from 42 yards out. Kicker Josh Michaels split the uprights, making the score 7-0 with 5:09 left in the opening quarter of play. After the ensuing kick, Tosa would be starting from their 25. On the very first play, Purifoy would take an inside handoff up the middle and shake loose for a 75-yard touchdown run. Tosa would go for the 2-point conversion, which was no good, so Greendale would hold on to a 1-point lead by a score of 7-6 with 4:53 left in the first quarter. Panthers would begin their next drive from the 30. On the very first play, another one of the conference's most dangerous running backs in Angel Ramirez would take a handoff, and now he's running up the field for a 70-yard touchdown run. Michaels made his kick, making the score 14-6 with 4:35 left in the first quarter. This game was now starting to look like a track meet, which everybody knew might be the case. The Trojans started their next drive after the ensuing kick from their 27. They ran off 6 plays, taking the ball to their 38 before having to line up for another punt. This time the punter mishandled the snap, which is not a good thing for the fast Panthers. Special teamers would be on him in a blink of an eye. The punter did manage to gather the ball, but now it was resting on Tosa's 21, giving Greendale a very short field. After a nice run by Ramirez to get the ball down to the 2, Ringelberg would finish the job by sneaking it in from 2 yards out for Greendale's 3rd touchdown of the night. Michaels made the point after try, and Greendale was now up 21-6 with 1:40 still left in the first quarter. After a touchback, Tosa would have to start from their 20. It looked like the Panther defense was now up to full speed as they were tracking down the ball carriers. They eventually forced Tosa to line up for another punt after 5 plays. Greendale now took possession on their 21. 6 plays later, Ringelberg threw a dart to David Johnson in the left flat, who then powered his way down to the 1-yard line. This time, running back Jack Ringelberg would get the call as he crossed the goal line for another Panther score. Point after try was good as Greendale seemed to be blowing this game wide open early by a score of 28-6 with 10:09 now left in the second quarter. After another touchback, Wauwatosa would have to begin from their 20. They would put 9 plays together, taking the ball all the way to Greendale's 25 before they tried running this quarterback throwback play. The pass from the halfback was just thrown up for grabs, so Ramirez figured that he would help himself, and then he would scamper 80 yards the other way for Greendale's 5th touchdown of the game. The extra point was good, making the score 35-6 with 6:19 remaining in the first half. After the return, Tosa would be starting from their 28. They needed to make something happen and quick, or they would be looking at another running clock, which Greendale has done the last 2 games. They ran 8 plays, but were forced to line up for another punt from their 48. Ringelberg would now lead his offense out onto the field and start from their 32. They couldn't do anything this time, and they were forced to punt going 3-0. Trojans would begin their drive from Greendale's 47 with 1:32 left in the first half. The now lathered up Panther defense was starting to make plays all over the field. They forced another punt as Tosa went 3 and out. After a nice return by Ramirez, which was called back on a holding penalty, they would start this drive from their 46. They ran 3 plays before the first half finally came to an end. Greendale would kick first to start the second half. After some great special teams play, they would force Tulsa to start from their 13. Greendale seemed to have Purifoy bottled up now, avoiding giving up the big play. Tulsa would put 9 plays together, but they were forced to line up for another punt from their 39. After a close call with a fumble on the return, Greendale would take over from their 31. After some great plays, including a nice run by Jack Ringelberg, the Panthers would reach pay dirt again as Ringelberg threw a quick little outlet pass to Tristan Pip, who then bowled his way into the end zone for another Panther score. With 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Michaels would make the kick, taking the score to 42-6, and would start the running clock. After another touchback on the kick, Tulsa would be starting from their 20. Greendale's overall team speed was now frustrating the Trojans. They forced another punt as they went 3 and out. Greendale would now bring out their number 2 offense. At the helm was quarterback David Wood. They failed to move the sticks and they were forced to punt from Tulsa's 48 as they went 3 and out. The Trojans would have to start from their 5 after another great punt by Ramirez. They ran 8 plays, taking the game into the fourth quarter before running back Kobe Vine crossed the goal line from 9 yards out. Kicker Dylan Valdez would make the point after making a score of 42-13 with 8:24 left in the game. After the ensuing kick, Greendale would take over from their 41. They ran 5 plays before turning the ball over on downs on Tulsa's 25. Tulsa managed to get the ball down to the Panthers 17 on the next drive before the game finally came to an end. The final score would be Greendale 42, Wauwatosa West 13. This game started out looking like it would be an offensive free-for-all, but it was just a matter of time before Greendale's defense buckled down to stop the big plays. Tulsa's defense, on the other hand, failed to live up to their part of the bargain as they gave up 42 points. The word of the day on the offensive side of the ball would be efficiency. Tulsa finished the night with 458 yards of total offense to Greendale's 347. When you compare that to the scoreboard, you will just come to the conclusion that Greendale makes better use of their yards gained. With this win, the Panthers have now guaranteed them a spot in the postseason playoffs for the 10th year in a row. They will now focus on staying undefeated as this will pay dividends for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Greendale will be enjoying more home cooking next week as they will be hosting the Pius Popes. This game will be played on Thursday night to accommodate Channel 24's Thursday Night Light Series. This game will be broadcasted on Channel 24 and will start at 7 o'clock. Hope to see you all there. So long.